On this episode of Off Track, let's talk about the Matt Reeves Batman movie. Let's talk about the relationship between hip-hop, comics, and animation, and the importance of why you should be collecting vinyl records. I know, no horn today. We're gonna do something different. So, short pause, hold your breath, because this is Off Track. What's going on, everyone? This is your man Lamar Harris, aka DJ Noonie. It has been a pretty good week this week, so we're gonna jump right in. But as always, make sure that you take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified about alerts and when videos are going up. Make sure you follow me also on social media, Lamar Harris 314, and visit the website, thelamarharris.com. So let's dive in right away with the Matt Reeves Batman movie that's coming out sometime next year. We know that they've been working on it, and I think they have picked up resuming work since everything has been going on. It stars Robert Pattinson as the Batman, and we actually know that we're gonna have 4 of Batman's main villains from his rogues gallery, which being the Penguin, Catwoman, the Riddler, and Carmine Falcone, which I don't really consider him like a main villain, but he still is a villain. Just like Christopher Nolan's version of Batman, this was actually meant to be broken up into 3 parts. So we're gonna have this movie set up some type of arc that's going to be going forward. We do know that the plot is gonna be loosely based off of The Long Halloween, which if you haven't read this, is actually a very good book to read. And it focuses in on Batman's being more of a detective versus being a guy that's using gats and all the brute force, which we really haven't seen a lot of him in the movies being that great detective. We saw a little bit in like as far as Michael Keaton's version of Batman early on, as far as being a detective. But you know, this is really going to focus on his detective skills. Still going to have some cool gadgets. We've had some teasers and seen a version of the car, which we think is pretty cool. And it would be nice also to, going forward, to be able to see some other characters. We know that there have been rumors of them wanting to do some more villain spin-offs, such as maybe a solo Riddler film, maybe the Penguin, definitely Catwoman. There had been talks about them doing Bane as a solo film for DC's Black Label, which would be kind of nice to have Bane in a solo film if we could see a more comic book accurate version of Bane. He would definitely be one of the characters I would love to see, but there are also a number of other characters from Batman's rogues gallery that we've never seen on film, such as the Mad Hatter, Firefly. You can get into the ventriloquist, definitely Hush. How about Talon in the Court of Owls, which would be awesome. Side note, you then have to maybe actually add some Robins or Nightwing. It'd be nice to have some more Bat family involved in some of the movies. Batgirl, Batwoman, Batwing. But he's got a variety of villains that we just haven't seen. Even Clayface would be nice going forward. One of the characters we've heard to be rumored going forward is the Joker, to be a part of all these trilogies. Maybe teased in the first one, maybe a little bit more in the second one, and then definitely full-on Joker in the third. And it won't be Joaquin Phoenix's version of a Joker, so it'll be a Joker that is directly related to this particular trilogy. Now, there have been a lot of versions of the Joker, and I'm curious to see what are your favorite versions of the Joker. So definitely leave your comments below and let me know what version of the Joker is your favorites. These are my top 5. Starting off with Cesar Romero. Coming in at number 5, he was associated with the Adam West version of the Joker, and back in the days of the television show, he actually did a pretty good job of conveying the Joker, but not as mad or crazy as the Joker normally is, but one that fits the tone of the Batman show that was happening during that time. Coming in at number 4, Jack Nicholson. His performance against Michael Keaton's was, again, the greatest that I've seen in a long time as far as a movie version, and it was actually the first movie version that I had seen of Joker on the big screen in the movie theater. and I thought they had great chemistry. He has a way of like having that crazy mixed in with that insane but yet still smooth. Coming in at number 3 is Joaquin Phoenix in his Joker story. I thought Joaquin Phoenix did a great job of just going and demonstrating the whole arc of the Joker and just developing the character throughout the movie till you got the for real crazy version of Joker that we all have come to know. Coming in at number 2 is kind of a out of the left field pick, but it's actually Mark Hamill's version of the Joker from Batman the Animated Series. If you ever watched the series or haven't watched it, you definitely should. It's probably, in my opinion, some of Mark Hamill's best voiceover work. He has, in my opinion, the most iconic laugh and the one that everybody kind of patents their laugh after. He just does a great job of just bringing that character to life as a voiceover for the animation. And he's definitely like my number 2. Number 1, of course, is Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was just phenomenal as the Joker, and bringing that character to a whole nother different level that we'd never seen in the movies, which in my opinion was more for real comic book accurate Joker all the way around. We don't know again what the new Robert Pattinson's version of the Joker is going to be like, but we do know it's going to be something pretty cool, hopefully. So we'll just have to wait and see. So leave your comments again below of what is your favorite Joker of all time, and let me know what are some of the characters you love to see Batman actually feature inside of the movies. Let me know.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, chop, chop.
Growing up reading comic books and forever being into hip hop ever since I can remember, I've always admired the relationship between comics, animation, and cartoon characters that have incorporated the hip-hop culture inside of it. For those of you who don't know, quick hip-hop lesson, there are 4 pillars of hip-hop, being the MC, the master of ceremony, the DJ, who in my opinion has the best relationship with the MC and also is responsible for helping with the crowd, along with the B-boy and the B-girl who do all the dancing, and you got the graffiti art. And lately you have seen a lot more of hip-hop, graffiti, different art forms that are showcased not only in the comics but also inside of the movies. We can go with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which actually has some great hip-hop cultural references throughout the movie. At the same time, some very good music to go along with the soundtrack. We also have like shows like Static Shock. The list kind of goes on and on. Definitely Black Panther, Kendrick Lamar doing the soundtrack, Luke Cage with Adrian Young and Ali Shaheed doing seasons 1 and 2. And then we also have hip-hop artists that have actually done their own comics, such as Ghostface Killer and legends like DMC, which both of these are actually pretty good reads. Hip-hop culture is all around us, and it's definitely inside of the comics. And I'm just curious of where this is going to go in the future, and if we're going to be able to see like more producers, more videographers, movie directors that are able to come and incorporate more of the culture inside of the comics, but also inside of the movies too. I thought Marvel did a great job as far as their alternate versions of different iconic album covers, taking those and bringing those to life using some of the Marvel characters. These are just some of my favorite few. So what are some of your favorite cartoons or comics that you have read or been exposed to that you love being able to see the hip-hop culture displayed in? Leave your comments and let me know. When I first started out as a DJ, I actually had like an M audio controller, and that's what I would mix on. The first party I did actually had close to about 1,500 people in it. friend of mine said, hey, come DJ, boom, boom, boom. I literally DJed from 9 p.m. until 6 in the morning. And it was a great experience. Out of that, somebody was like, hey, you know, our wedding DJ canceled. Would you do our wedding? All I got is this little audio recorder, boom, 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 boom. Ordered some turntables. Shout out to DJ Uptown for showing me how to work the turntables. And the rest is history. But as time went on, I actually started getting into vinyl, and more so 45s vinyl. And a friend of mine in Detroit, Craig Huckabee, told me a long time ago that, you know, the one thing about vinyl is you actually own this record. We can have it on flash drive, have it on the computer, have it in the cloud, but if that shuts down, do you actually have this real record? You can play it. As long as I don't break it, it's mine forever and forever. And I think it's kind of cool to be able to collect vinyl and find different rare versions of things that you normally just wouldn't see in the original. And there's some cool versions and cool takes that are actually on the 45s. There's B cuts, or the B-sides is what they're referred to. And sometimes you can't find those versions. So I'm always a fan if you can actually get into collecting the vinyl and finding different rare versions of it. It's kind of cool to be able to have it just to share with your friends when you're like in the backyard, you know, pop on the portable turntable, you know, let it just play. But be able to definitely collect something that I do believe is coming back around and is actually around now. Shout out to all the DJs that are spinning vinyl. Shout out to F5 Records, DJ Crucial and them that are here in St. Louis for just keeping vinyl alive. Well, that about does it for this episode of Off Track. Before I go, as usual, I just wanted to leave you with something. A friend of mine, shout out to LaShawn for this. She actually made these masks. This one is Black Panther, but she does these superhero masks, which are pretty dope. And I just want to leave you with this. Just whatever you're doing, I know everything is opening back up fast. We're anxious to get out the house and do more things and get our summer cracking and going just like normal. You still got to remember that this thing is still out here, and you should definitely be safe. So wherever you are, definitely make sure that you're social distancing, taking your time, being a little cautious. You know, you don't want to definitely spread it to nobody, and you definitely don't want to pick anything up. You know, there's a lot of stories we don't know if it's real, fake, how real it is, how contagious it is. We don't know. That's the whole crazy part about it. We just don't know. So, but we do know that we can be safe and do safe things to be able to protect us and our loved ones. In the meantime, stay on track by staying off track.